Do you know the biggest battle you will ever face in your life is not against other people? It is against yourself. The person in the mirror is the only person who can either build your future or destroy it. Every single day, you are fighting a hidden war inside your own mind. A war between your discipline and your desires. Between your goals and your comfort. Between the person you are today and the person you secretly want to become. Have you ever promised yourself that you were going to change? Maybe you said, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll wake up early. Tomorrow I'll stop wasting time. Tomorrow I'll become better. But somehow, tomorrow keeps moving further away. And after months or even years, you start wondering. Why can't I control myself? The truth is, most people don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they don't know how to control their own mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. But if you don't learn how to control it, that same tool can become your greatest enemy. Think about it. Your mind constantly searches for comfort. It avoids pain. It avoids uncertainty. It avoids anything that feels difficult. That's why the easy choice always feels attractive. Sleeping feels easier than working. Scrolling feels easier than learning. Complaining feels easier than changing. But every time you choose comfort over growth, you train your brain to stay the same. And slowly, without realizing it, you become a prisoner of your own habits. The scary part is that most people never notice it happening. They think they are choosing freely, but their emotions are making decisions for them. When they feel motivated, they take action. When they feel tired, they quit. When they feel afraid, they hide. Their entire life becomes controlled by temporary emotions. But emotions are not meant to be your master. They are only signals. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can feel doubt and still take action. You can feel tired and still keep your promise to yourself. This is what separates strong minds from weak ones. Strong people are not people who never struggle. They are people who learn how to continue even when they struggle. They understand that every small decision is shaping their identity. Every time you choose discipline, you become a more disciplined person. Every time you control your reaction, you become mentally stronger. Every time you overcome an urge, you prove to yourself that you are in control. Because the real power in life is not controlling the world around you. The real power is controlling yourself. And once you master yourself, no one can easily control you. Your emotions won't control you. Other people's opinions won't control you. Fear won't control you. You become the person who decides your actions instead of being controlled by your impulses. And that is where true transformation begins. Not when your life becomes easier, but when your mind becomes stronger. The hardest thing about mastering yourself is accepting that the enemy is not always outside of you. Sometimes the biggest thing holding you back is the voice inside your own head. The voice that tells you to quit. The voice that tells you that you are not ready. The voice that tells you to choose comfort because it feels safer. And if you listen to that voice long enough, it slowly becomes your reality. Most people don't realize how powerful their thoughts are. They think thoughts are just random words passing through their mind. But your thoughts influence your emotions. Your emotions influence your actions. And your actions create your life. Everything you become starts from what you repeatedly allow inside your mind. This is why learning to control your thoughts is one of the most important skills you will ever develop. Because a person who cannot control their thoughts will always be controlled by something else. A bad day. A negative comment. A small failure. A moment of fear. They become like a ship lost in the ocean, moving wherever the waves push them. But a person who has mastered themselves becomes different. They still face storms. They still feel pressure. They still experience doubt. But they have something most people don't have. Control. They know that feelings are temporary, but decisions create destiny. Think about the last time you wanted to do something important but your mind created excuses. I'll start next week. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. These thoughts feel logical in the moment. But sometimes they are just fear wearing a different mask. Your brain is designed to protect you, not to make you successful. It wants to keep you in familiar places because familiar feels safe. Even if your current situation is not good, your mind may still resist change because change creates uncertainty. This is why becoming a better version of yourself feels uncomfortable. You are not just changing your habits. You are challenging the identity you have lived with for years. The old version of you wants to survive. It wants to stay comfortable. It wants everything to remain predictable. But growth requires you to leave that version behind. Every strong person you admire had to fight this same battle. They had moments where they wanted to quit. Moments where they questioned themselves. Moments where nobody believed in them. The difference was not that they had no weakness. The difference was that they stopped letting weakness make their decisions. They learned to act even when their emotions told them not to. They understood that discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being in control. It is waking up and doing what you said you would do. It is keeping promises you make to yourself. Because every promise you keep builds trust with yourself. And every promise you break weakens that trust. Your confidence does not come from thinking you are powerful. Your confidence comes from proving to yourself that you can handle difficult things. Every time you face discomfort instead of escaping it, you become stronger. Every time you choose long-term success over short-term pleasure, you become someone new. This is how self-mastery is created. Not in one big moment, but through thousands of small choices nobody sees. The world may never notice your silent battles. People may never know how many times you had to fight your own mind just to keep moving forward. But you will know. And that is what matters. Because the strongest person you can become is not the person who controls everything around them. It is the person who has finally learned how to control themselves. Have you ever noticed how you can control everything for everyone else, but somehow you struggle to control yourself? You can give advice to your friend. You can tell someone else to stay focused, stay calm, and keep going. But when it comes to your own life, suddenly everything becomes difficult. You know what you should do, but you still don't do it. And this is one of the biggest battles humans face. The gap between knowing and doing. Think about it. You know waking up early can improve your life, but when the alarm rings, your mind says, just 5 more minutes. You know that spending hours scrolling is wasting your time, but you still pick up your phone again and again without even thinking. You know that certain people drain your energy, but you still keep giving them your attention. Why does this happen? Because your brain is always looking for the easiest path. It wants instant comfort. It wants quick rewards. And the modern world is built around giving your brain exactly that. Every notification, every short video, every quick piece of entertainment is designed to keep your attention. The problem is not that you enjoy these things. The problem is when they start controlling you. When you can no longer decide when to stop. That is when you lose power over yourself. A person who has mastered themselves is not someone who never feels tempted. They feel temptation just like everyone else. The difference is they don't automatically obey it. Imagine 2 people sitting in the same room. Both feel lazy. Both feel tired. Both want to avoid difficult work. One person follows the feeling and says, I'll do it tomorrow. The other person feels the same resistance but says, I don't have to feel ready. I just have to begin. That one small decision creates 2 completely different futures. Because every action is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose discipline, you are telling your mind, I am in control. When you choose excuses, you are teaching your mind that discomfort should be avoided. And slowly, your brain starts believing that is who you are. This is why habits are so powerful. They are not just things you do. They are proof of the person you believe you are. If you constantly quit, your mind starts identifying you as someone who quits. If you constantly delay, your mind starts accepting delay as normal. But the opposite is also true. Every time you finish something difficult, even something small, you create evidence that you are capable. You build a stronger identity. You become someone who can trust themselves. And self-trust is one of the most powerful things a person can have. Because when you trust yourself, you stop needing constant motivation from outside. You don't need someone to push you every day. You become your own source of discipline. But this journey is not easy. Because the moment you start changing, your old habits fight back. You might suddenly feel more tired. You might feel like giving up. You might start questioning yourself. This is normal. Your old identity is trying to survive. It is trying to pull you back to what feels familiar. But remember this, discomfort is not always a sign that you are doing something wrong. Sometimes discomfort is proof that you are growing. A small child feels uncomfortable when learning to walk. A beginner feels uncomfortable when learning a new skill. A person building a new life feels uncomfortable leaving their old one behind. Growth always feels strange before it feels natural. The next time you feel resistance inside your mind, don't immediately run away from it. Ask yourself a different question. Is this feeling protecting me, or is it keeping me stuck? Because sometimes the thing you are trying to escape is the exact thing that will make you stronger. Mastering yourself begins when you stop running from yourself. When you stop fighting reality and start training your mind. Because your greatest victory will never be defeating other people. Your greatest victory will be becoming someone who can control their own thoughts, actions, and emotions. The final step of mastering yourself is understanding one simple truth. Your life changes when you stop trying to control everything outside and start controlling what is happening inside you. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for the perfect situation. They say, when life becomes easier, I will become disciplined. When I have more time, I will improve myself. When everything is fixed, I will finally focus. But that day rarely comes. Because life will always have problems. There will always be distractions. There will always be unexpected situations. The difference between a weak mind and a strong mind is not the absence of problems. It is the ability to stay in control even when problems appear. Think about the moments when you lose control. Maybe someone says something that hurts you, and you immediately react. Maybe you get angry and say things you later regret. Maybe one bad day destroys your entire routine. These moments reveal something important. The goal is not to never feel emotions. The goal is to stop letting emotions make every decision for you. Anger can appear, but you choose your response. Fear can appear, but you choose your next step. Doubt can appear, but you choose whether to continue. That is real strength. Because anyone can be calm when everything is going well. But staying calm when life tests you, that is mastery. Your mind is like a muscle. Whatever you train becomes stronger. If you train distraction, distraction becomes stronger. If you train excuses, excuses become stronger. But if you train focus, discipline, and patience, your mind becomes a powerful tool. Every morning you wake up, you get another chance to train yourself. The small decisions nobody sees are the ones that create the person everyone notices later. Choosing to work when you don't feel like working. Choosing to stay silent when your ego wants to react. Choosing growth when comfort is calling you back. These are the moments that build you. Remember, you don't become powerful in one day. You become powerful through thousands of small choices repeated over time. The strongest people are not people who never fall. They are people who learned how to stand back up. They are people who stopped making excuses and started taking responsibility. Because the moment you take responsibility for your mind, you take responsibility for your future. Nobody else can control your thoughts unless you allow them to. Nobody else can decide your habits unless you give them that power. The person you become tomorrow is being created by the choices you make today. So the next time your mind tells you to quit, pause and ask yourself, am I choosing this because it is right, or because it is easy? That one question can change your entire life. Master yourself, and you become stronger than any situation you face. If this video helped you understand your own mind in a deeper way, then subscribe to Zino Minds. Here we explore psychology, self-improvement, discipline, and the hidden patterns that control human behavior. This channel is for people who don't just want motivation for a moment, but want to build a stronger mind for life. Join Zino Minds and start your journey toward mastering yourself. Remember, the greatest victory is not defeating others, it is becoming the person you were always capable of becoming.